back in here again, building this cab. Looking at doing these boxes tonight, which come off the plenum there. That's where you got your air from for your heater and bits and pieces. As you can see, I've chopped just about everything out of this section, so I'll be building new ones. They're going to be probably a little bit different to what come out, but hopefully a lot better. Also going to build it so I can get in there every while or so, clean it out, doesn't get full of shit like the last ones were. So I've got it all drawn out here, fiddling around. So I'll cut this one out. Good thing is it's small enough I can get it done on this folder, so I'll just fold it up, knock a section out of it, bits and pieces, so we'll get cracking on it. It's basically folded up in its place. I'm just going to run a weld down there, one down the front for the firewall. Most would probably do like a folded edge with some spot welds, but I'm trying to avoid that, especially in this area. It's just not what I want to do. So that'll do that. Once I build this side piece to go on here, it's going to go back underneath, mount to that. Same with the front when I sort that out. Basically I'm going to weld a bottom onto it with a drainage hole, and I'm also going to probably cut a square, probably more an oval out of the front of this. So when I clean it every while or so, undo the panel on that front side there, I can pull all the leaves and shit out if that gets in there, and yeah, then put the panel back on. It's going to be sealed, should be a good thing. So I'll fold up another one, get it sort of suited as well, and then yeah, weld some bottoms in them, set them up, do the little panels, and yeah, these will be ready to go back on once this thing's blasted. Then both folded up, build a bottom for one side, just in case I needed to change anything. It was just a lot easier to build one. Probably could use a little bit of a change, so the next one I know to do that. This one will do for one side. So that basically goes on something like that. So I've put the fold there, mounts flush there. The reason I've done that is when all the water comes in from the plenum, runs down, runs into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to notch that back point out there. What it does is makes that corner the lowest area. So all the water's going to run out there, which was designed in the old one. And yeah, that basically should keep the water out of it, and hopefully if there's all dust and dirt and shit in there, it'll wash out there as well. So I'll weld that on, make sure it's all squared up, cut that bit out. I may even just get the pliers or a hammer or whatever and sort of do a bit of a lip just so it rolls out, sort of thing. So I'll get in the welding this, tacking it at least, I'll get it tacked up, and then I'll build the other side. And these are basically right to go. So I'll get this tacked up, get on the other side.
Looking at me, I'm rocking a beat, some kind of fake, just drop the front, looking at him, he's some kind of grim, his last name is Briggs, he got the front, looking at you, just something to prove, what you gonna do, he got the front, I took the banner.
Ends are welded on, come up not too bad. Probably clean them up a little bit further with the Orby when I'm done, but for now they're going to work. And yeah, they fit up not too bad. Pretty good. Fair gap in the corner there, it's probably a bit hard to see. For it to run out, all fits nicely. All in under there. So pretty happy with that. These used to have a hole in the front, an oval, probably to clean out, I don't know. I'm not putting them in the front. Calm down. the fact of if I don't put any wheel wells in this like it never had in the first place, all the shit's just going to rush in there and get behind the seal. So I'll mount the I'll get to it, original guard mount. So that'll mount on, it's basically somewhat like that. And then underneath I'll probably put a little oval in there and yeah, build a little cover piece. These are done, which is good. It's another piece out of the way, it's adding to the pile up of parts. It's pretty early in the morning. I ended up getting these little plates made up. Go on the back of the plenum. So they just basically fit in like so. Now I'll just glue them in. Didn't come up too bad, they're not crash hot. I've still got a fair bit to learn on the bead roller, and I probably need to do a few modifications on it. But they're good enough, nobody's going to see them, so they'll go behind the dash. So they're done, they're done. There's really not much else to do in this cab. Probably do need to start looking at drip rails, but I'll do that when I'm a bit more confident. Figure out what I want to do first. I could do these sides, but I really need the shrink stretcher because I'll fold it flat and then just shrink the ends, get that radius. Once that's built, then I can build the bracket underneath. Only, yeah, a few more panels to build for the cab, and then it's right. Firewall's going to be the biggest, of course. Still got to decide what I want to do, how I'm going to do it. But either way, it's going to get done. So fresh off the night shifts, been back into it again, getting a bit done. A few bits turned up today in the post. New pistol grip sander. It's a cheaper version, but it's got the 50s and the 75s, so that's good. So now I can clean up my welds a lot nicer and not try and do it with just the poly fan. And then get it to a point I could probably finish it off with the Orby if I want to get real pedantic. I've also been getting full use out of my cutting discs. If I can pay for the disc, you fucking use the disc. And Summernats was nice enough to send me my entrant number plate and t-shirt for the event that I couldn't make it to. I asked if I could transfer the entry to next year and I'll definitely turn up next year, and they said no, we don't transfer entries. So I guess you can't make money if you return people's entries to them, but anyway. So you've seen the cab, nothing behind me. It's basically right to blast. I'll just got to sort that out and get that moving. So I got working on the tub, and then...
What happened? Oh, the front fell off. Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Well, because the front fell off.
Got a brace in here, just so it's not all caving in at the tops, and I ended up cutting the top off the other side there. I ended up tacking them every while or so, getting a straight edge over there, running it down, tapping it around, trying to get it as level as possible. So all I gotta do is just organise my steel. I'm probably gonna weld the RHS and that in before it goes for blasting, once I make a new front wall. Well, that one's pretty toast now, but I'll probably use it for something. Cut that section along the back. As you can see, it's not much chop. And that's some of what you get out of a rusty old tub. So there's not much else to cut, it's just mainly, yeah, a couple of small rust bits, those front corners. And yeah, I've got this beam to fix down here. It's been rusted for a fair while. That's basically it for the night. So yeah, I'll be back out tomorrow. If I can get it done, mate. Christmas came early today. Mr. Courier man was nice enough to drop it off for me. Boxes might have got a bit wet today, but now what? We'll get them open, see what we got.
Piss for the mission, rinsing pricks if they're dissing, mincing chicks in positions quick. Spliff intermissions got me laid back. I'm off track like a train crash. Swallow clips or hollow tips, and when I spit this.
It's all unboxed now. I get a rough idea what these are. Got myself an English wheel and a shrinker stretcher. Shrinker stretcher is going to help me hopefully do them trailer guards. And the English wheel, it's just handy for doing radiuses and straightening out bits and pieces, and yeah, just one tool you want, especially once you get sort of cluey on it. Yeah, I'll get into it, start bolting it all up, get them together, and then hopefully try them out.
Aristocrats on TV, giving money to charity as a novelty, then drive back home to one of their 5 properties. We bow down to the scum of the earth, the whole world's gangland. Who's running?
So that's the stretcher all put together. It's not a bad bit of kit. Fair bit of adjustment in the back too, so you can sort of muck around with it. So it should be good. At the moment it's got shrinking doors. Comes with the stretching doors as well. But I'll get on this English wheel now and get it knocked out as well.
What do you know about poverty, robbery, bobbies that bother these brothers for property, steadily locking us properly, looking after their monopoly, watching every vicinity visibly. 1984 is literally here to be. Sick of these cunts acting civilly, thinking we're all treated equally like symmetry. Open up your eyes and realise what you're here to be, a slave to.
So it's all together, looking pretty good. Neat little bit of kit actually. The last one I looked at was a bit wobbly and I wasn't too sure if this one was going to be the same, but cranked it down and it's pretty solid. I've been warned about the top sort of wobbling a little bit, but worst case is if that does me head in, I'll strengthen it up. But yeah, everything else is pretty good. All machined nicely, everything works. So yeah, pretty happy with it all. So it should help me out with a lot of my stuff. A nice bit of kit from Metal Man Tools and Shepparton. He's the dealer for this mob, so got it here pretty quick. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just got to get the smarts to use it all and the space to put it. But it's here now. So let's get into building some shit. Bit of a late night tonight. Thought I'd come out and do something. Got the new shrinker stretcher and that set up yesterday, so I thought I'd give it a go. Probably one of the main reasons of buying it was to get these trailer guards done. Because I bought them and they were 66 inch, and I sort of needed around 64, but I thought I'd make them work, and you set them on the trailer and they just look trash. So I've re-radiused them using the shrinker stretcher. Probably a little bit rough at the moment, but I'll clean them up. So I did the first one, marked the center point, and what I realised with these was that end to that end to center was different. So it ended up sort of over here somewhere. So I marked center and then went off there, straightened it up, and then I come over here and I marked it on the table, the center line, just kept marking it on there. Got it pretty much even both ends. And then I got the second one. After I finished the first one, I actually traced it and got that shape. And then when I got the second one, laid it over, just kept shrinking and stretching where I needed to. Got it basically the same. So they're basically pretty much even. After I did that, got the hammer and sort of plenished it a bit. Just because it puts these sort of marks in there. They're a bit ordinary, but I'll get them out as best I can. So yeah, it's got it pretty much even now. And a couple of times I went a bit further with the shrinker stretcher, just because I was trying to hold it and that, you accidentally sort of get under the radius a bit. So I ended up just getting a piece of 45 steam pipe and using that as sort of like a round dolly, just hammering it around. So yeah, they haven't come out too bad. I'm just waiting for me butt welding clamps to turn up. And I can weld the backs on. I'm going to have to trim them now because the radius will be different, but that's no biggie. Do that. I've got anti-ox on the way. I want to give that a go. And I'll probably spray it with the Easy Foss and then paint them. Prime them. I might even stone guard the insides first. And then, yeah, once I do that, I can get some paint on them. Then the trailer's back in business. I'll kind of need it as well. When I go to take that cab, I'm probably going to have to use my trailer. It's just a lot easier to get it up on the trailer because it sits its ass on the ground. And yeah, it doesn't use any ramps. Half the reason why I built it like that. So anyway, that's it for this one. I reckon it's time for bed. It's early morning and yeah, I've got work in a few hours, so let's get cracking home. Try and get a couple of hours anyway. And be back out on the weekend. Yo.